Alright folks, Audible and audiobooks are two of the most popular audiobook streaming platforms. One of them is literally called Audiobooks, for crying out loud. So if someone's looking to start listening to these audiobooks, how are these platforms different? How are they similar? What advantages do they have over each other? And ultimately, why would someone pick one over the other? Because the reasons will always come down to the person and their needs and preferences. But let's talk about this a little bit more. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam and I want to make self-growth normal. Because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. So let's start with the similarities. Now both platforms have standard memberships priced at $14.95 a month. You can cancel at any time and won't be billed any further. And they also both offer a 30-day free trial so you can test them out yourself risk-free. Now if you redeem your free credit on an audiobook, you get to keep it no matter what, even if you cancel during the trial. Now here are the differences, because the biggest differences between these two lie in their membership options and benefits. Now Audible, as an Audible Premium Plus member, you also get monthly access to the Audible Plus catalog, which has thousands of audiobooks, Audible Originals, which is basically Audible exclusive audiobooks, podcasts, sleep tracks, and meditation programs, and you can listen to these as much as you want every month. If the membership runs out, you won't have access to them anymore. Just a disclaimer, but in that aspect, it's a lot like Netflix or Hulu, just for a curated selection of their site, which, by the way, they add content to weekly. Now, as far as audiobooks.com, something that makes this a little bit different from Audible is that you can use this monthly credit in different ways, which is pretty cool. So instead of buying a book and keeping it, you can use it to join an audiobook club, what they call it, and listen to as many of the included audiobooks as you want, which kind of sounds like Audible Plus, but these are curated lists. So before you use your credit in this way, what a lot of users will recommend is that you take a look at the audiobook club, what they call catalogs first, so you know that they have audiobooks you want to listen to. Again, it's on a timely basis though, so you only have access to them by the month. But as a user, audiobooks gives you the freedom to choose which matters more to you. This, or just owning the book outright and being able to listen to the book whenever you want, no matter what. Now, a couple other differences are the plans. Audible, they have multiple different plans. They even have yearly plans where if you plan to be a member for a while, you can buy 12 or 24 credits in bulk and just get billed once a year at even less per credit. Their top tier membership, the one I have, is $9.56 a credit. Audiobooks, they only have one plan. Now, as far as sales and deals, Audible has some sick membership exclusive sales and deals. I mean sick, like spend one credit and get 2 books, or you know, the book will be like 70 to 80% off. But to access sales and deals on audiobooks, you don't have to be a member. And something else is the returns. What if you get an audiobook and you want to return it? You don't really like it. It doesn't do for you what you thought it would do. You can actually return a book on Audible. Their return policy is really not all that unreasonable. Returns, that's not a thing on audiobooks. As far as the apps and compatibility, people say that the two apps are pretty similar. Now both apps can be downloaded on iOS and Android devices, and they have sites that you can use on your laptop. But a pretty significant advantage Audible has over audiobooks is that it's owned by Amazon, which, say what you want about it, has done a tremendous job getting rid of its reputation as an e-commerce platform to reposition and rebrand itself as a straight up tech company. So naturally, you can expect a smooth and seamless use of Audible on Echo devices, and you can even buy Audible books on Amazon's site if you want. So there are multiple different avenues of integration that Audible did through Amazon. People tend to find it a lot more accessible in that aspect, but regarding customer service and return policy, Audible has a question-free return policy that's very easy to go by. I've made a video about their return policy and I'll link it in the description for anyone who wants more info on it, but Audible customer support responds very, very quickly. They even have a helpline, but they're constantly focused on the most customer-friendly solutions to things. With audiobooks, if you don't like what you buy, you gotta suck the suck and suck it up. Just kidding. I mean, not really. You can always contact customer service and see if you can potentially get a refund. In summary, as an Audible member, you get unlimited monthly access to an ever-growing catalog of audio programs of all different kinds, and you get a credit to use on any decided audiobook you get to keep no matter what, even if you cancel your membership. As an audiobooks member, it goes one way or the other, but this can be a great option if they have multiple books in an audiobook club that you really want to check out. For anyone wondering, as far as selection, they're pretty similar. No one's selection touches Audible's. That's really just kind of the short of it, but it's fairly close. Now, if you listen to only maybe 1 or 2 books a month, people say there isn't much of a difference between the two, but if you're an avid listener, it might help to take a look at the Audible Plus catalog and the Audiobook Club on Audiobooks to see which one has the options that you prefer. But that's pretty much it. I don't know if you guys can tell from the video, but I am a ferocious avid Audible user, and I haven't used audiobooks.com before, but as transparent as I will be with you about that, I wanted to say that before writing this video, obviously I did as much research as I could on audiobooks and the differences between the two, and I saw quite a few other videos about it so I could put together as unbiased a perspective as possible, because again, I only use Audible. I've been a member for 8 years, which is probably longer than really anyone else who makes videos about this. Basically, everyone I saw said that Audible has just a little bit of an edge over audiobooks, from the different membership plans to the fact that they have a return policy, let alone a reasonable one, to the deals, although they're membership exclusive, to the Amazon device and app integration. But I figured if I can put together at least kind of like a balanced layout first, that regardless of whatever you're looking to do, you have the info you need to make the best decision for yourself in the end. Now, for audiobooks.com's sake, I hope they're able in the future to find more ways to differentiate themselves from Audible and make themselves superior, in certain avenues. Because I feel like the more research I do on all these other platforms, I'm going to start to realize everyone has reasons for going with whatever audiobook listening platform they do instead of Audible, aside from just
not supporting the growth of Amazon or the big players or whatever, but ultimately,
personally, I think that's all up to the consumer and the companies who offer these services. What do you guys think? Have you guys used Audible? Have you used audiobooks.com? Which one's better in your experience? What are your thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.